Hi everybody, today I am going to be ranking my Melt Cosmetics palettes. I have 8 of them. I think there's one called Inspired, but that's not being released in the UK. It's only on the US site, or at least I haven't seen it on Beauty Bay, and that's where I get my Melt Cosmetics palettes from. Because if you order from the US, then you would most likely get a customs charge. So I just wait for them to come on Beauty Bay, and they come on really fast, which is really good. So these are my palettes. And I'm now going to rank them for you, and I'm going to give you the reasons why they are in the particular position that they are. We're going to start from number 8, which is this one, and it might surprise you because you know that I love my bright colours. This one is the Radioactive palette. Okay, I've moved over slightly just so that when I do show the palettes, it's just a better lighting for you. So that is this one. Like I said, the swatches are absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. The quality is absolutely amazing. I love it. I just haven't played with it all that much, so I felt like I really had to put that in 8. And let me just say to you before I get on with this video, this was incredibly difficult to put this in any kind of order, just because for me, I really love the quality of Melt Cosmetics. I think the shimmers are really nice. I think the mattes are absolutely fantastic. I love the concepts of the colours. They're just something a little bit different, a bit more on the grungy side, which some of us like that look. I've actually got a look using one of these palettes on today, and I really, really love them. So it's hard for me to put these in particular order, but I had to put that one at 8. At number 7 is this one, which is Smoke Sessions. This one is stunning. I just find for me that this green, as much as I love this green, it's just so dark. And I think that I would have liked it to be more of an emerald colour perhaps, just so that I can create, like, I really like that dark green in the crease and then a brighter emerald on the top, and then I usually reach for another palette to do that. But the shimmers in here are just like next level. They are something else. Look at that one. They are absolutely stunning. There is no comparison for this one. I do actually have the Cannabis Sativa palette by Revolution, which is very nice, but it is no comparison. The quality of these shadows is absolutely amazing. So while I do love this one, and I do like the actual size of it, you only get like 8 shades in here. This is just something where I love it, but I feel like I have to use something else with it in order to do a look. So yes, there's that one. I feel like I have to keep explaining. I absolutely love all of these. Right, number 6 is the one that I'm actually wearing today. That's this one. This is the 420. The only reason this is in at 6 is because it's new, and I honestly have not used it that much as yet. So that's what this one looks like. This one's Grunt with a lot of bright tones in, so you've got this really bright yellow, these really nice, really bright acid type green, and then this really nice, this is quite vibrant as well. I've actually got this palette on today. I've got this colour in the crease, and then I've got that on the lid, and that in there to deepen up the crease. And then I've got a mix of these two colours underneath. Then I've got this colour and this colour on my brow. So that video will most likely be up next if you want to check it out, me doing this look. And I've actually got lashes on today, so yes, and they went on a lot quicker than yesterday, so that was a bonus. But I can't wait to use some of these colours. Like for instance, this rust colour is really nice. You can just see that as soon as you touch them, they just give amazing pigmentation. They are really, really beautiful shadows. I love the quality of Melt. It's just, it's next level. Right, okay, coming into the final 5. At number 5, another one that I'm yet to use a load is this one, which is Rust. These actually came out very close together, and that is what this one looks like. So this is nice actually. I find that this is just quite a lot of neutral tones. The yellow in here is more of an ochre yellow. It's not quite as bright. It's not like a sunflower yellow. You've got some nice kind of copper shades in here and some darker shades. I just think that this particular part of the palette here is absolutely stunning, that final 5. And then I feel like this 5 is kind of a little set. It's like 2 sets for me in here. But again, not really had the chance to use this one over much as yet, but I definitely will use this in an upcoming video because I have used it once and the quality never lets you down. So it's not a situation where you can comment on quality. one palette is not better than the other. It's just a case of using it. So I will definitely use that in a video soon. In the top 4, this was so difficult for me, but I have put Vida, which is this one, which was last winter's collection. Vida is at number 4. Vida is stunning. This red is so beautiful. You've got that really coral colour, then you've got two kind of like more sort of slightly grungy oranges. Two browns. This is kind of more of a green brown, and then you've got obviously got your yellows and your greens here. It's really, really nice actually. It's a great colour story. The colour payoff is fantastic. This dark brown shade is just really nice. I know that's a weird one to kind of go for, but I find dark browns, sometimes they can be a little bit like warm toned, and I really like something cooler, and I just feel like this is just such a neither warm nor cool brown. It's just kind of, it's just brown. It's really neutral, and I know that sounds really strange. It's like, what are you talking about, Lisa? But it's really nice. And these oranges are also just great as well. They're kind of like quite different. They're not your true standard bright orange shade, because if we go back to the Radioactive palette and we take the orange out of there and put it beside those, you can see that that's a really bright orange, and these are more kind of muted oranges, which I really, really like about this palette. And this green at the end, I mean, this green shimmer, have you ever seen anything like that? It's just absolutely incredible. The shimmer in here is absolutely beautiful. You don't get many shimmers, you just get two. Yeah, the orange and the green in here, but for me that's enough. I would prefer mostly matte colours when I do an eye look, and I don't use a lot of shimmers as a rule. So it's quite nice for me that you just quite get more matte in here. So I really appreciate that palette for this reason, and I really do love that one. And I love how this one looks with the Muerte palette when you stand them side by side. So at number 3 we have the Millennial Pinks palette, and this is beautiful. This got quite the slating, and some people were kind of going, I don't understand the grey and the black in here. But the grey and the black are great because it creates, you've got this softer part of the palette, but then you can really vamp it up and deepen it, or use these as liners, which is really great for me. And I love the shimmers in this palette, but I do love these different kinds of pinks. This pink is just so pretty, and well, all 3 of these I absolutely love. Love these 3 pink shades. Kind of running out of space here, but that's those 3 there. Just a really nice gradient of pinks. It just goes up nicely from one strength to the other, and for that really nice soft ballerina pastel pink up to that more deep carnation pink. They're just really lovely, and I don't have a problem with the shimmers in this palette. I don't know if you can see there, that's just, it's beautiful, and the silver is really stunning also. So I don't have any problems with this palette. I haven't had any problems with its performance, and I think it's something a little bit different. It is quite neutral for me, because normally I'm quite a bright coloured palette kind of girl, but I like this. I find that it's just something a little bit different if I wanted to do something a bit softer. And then when you've got this grey and this black also in there, and that's the grey and the black, they're very definitely different. I've watched a few people have said, oh, these are exactly the same. They're not the same. You can see that is definitely grey and that's definitely black. It's a really, really nice grey. I really like it. So I really rate this one, and I really like using it. And you can see that she's looking a bit battered. Right, at number 2, we have got Gemini. I love Gemini. I have used this quite a bit also, but the colour story in this, if you're a neutral kind of girl and you want to try grungy sort of colours, this is the one that I'd recommend for you. Just because there's nothing too bright in here. You've got a nice sort of coppery shimmer over here, then a green shimmer. And again, you have that split in the palette where you have this 5 here, which are very cohesive, and then this 5 here, which are very cohesive. Now, you can of course mix and match the colours, it's not to say that, but it just means that you have this very nice green kind of eye and this very nice browny coppery eye. And I think that it's just really nice. And again, these colours in here, they're not too in your face. They are, again, just quite grungy. Oh. And there they are there. They are kind of like pumpkin-y, very Halloween-y kind of colours. I really like them. And then in here you have got the black, which it's even more intense than the Millennial Pinks one. This black is absolutely incredible, and that's just touching it and then putting it on. It's an amazing black. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's great for a liner. So, and it's great to deepen up the colour in the crease. So I just feel like this palette has everything. I quite like this one as an inner eye. It doesn't have that white colour that you can put all over the lid. It doesn't have that kind of pale colour, but I would just use face powder for that. And if I really wanted an inner corner highlight, I can use highlighter, so I'm not really too fussed about that. I just think that this is a really nice palette. It's not too bright. It's not too scary for somebody who is wanting to play more with colour, but doesn't want to go for something, you know, too out there. And then, well, you could probably figure out which is the last one now, but Moete is number one. It has to be number one for me. The colour story of this, it just screams me. When I saw this, I was like, that palette is just me. It's me in a palette. And like I said, I do love how these two, when you stand them together, create the skull. It's just beautiful packaging. Great attention to detail. You've all seen it. I mean, it's so different from the others. I think that this one, and probably this one more so, these two here, these are the standout palettes as in colour stories. They're really quite different. Everything else has definitely got that warmer, grungier kind of thing to it. Oh well, obviously, other than the Millennial Pinks, which is the softer. So you've got the very girly, you've got the very bright, and then you've got the grungy set, which are, you know, more kind of orangey yellows, muteds, and then you've got this. This is so stunning. These three reds are all so different. The blue in here is stunning. The shimmer is beautiful. You've got this lovely teal colour, the aquas. It's even got that kind of gold shimmer. This has everything. It's got that inner eye highlight. I would do a brow bone highlight with that. And then everything else in here. Oh, I know she doesn't look used, but it's because I'm very careful with her. You just literally need to dab your brush in so gently because they are so incredibly pigmented. Do the three reds. I don't honestly know where I'm going to place these now, and obviously my fingers are getting dirty, but how can you just, oh, honestly, the lighting is really bright so it doesn't quite do it justice, but these reds are so different. This is a very dark sort of red. I mean, these two are very dark, the end two, but this definitely is brighter. Like if I blend it out slightly, you can see that. You can see the depth there. And then obviously you've got this really bright red as well. I'm such a mess now. But this is just, it's one of my favourite all-time palettes ever of my collection. So that really speaks volumes for it. The packaging, the colour story, the payoff, everything is just so beautiful about it. I don't know if they still sell those, but if they do sell them, then I'd highly, highly recommend them. So that's it for today's video, guys. Me ranking even my Melt Cosmetics palettes. I've really enjoyed filming this today, and I've enjoyed doing this look. I really like how it's turned out, and if you like it as well, then you can check out my next video, which will be this look. Thank you as always, and I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.